Thank you so much for attending my presentation on why Great Tusk is awesome. Let's get started with its stats. Great Tusk is obviously a product of min-maxing, but its stats leave holes for its opponents to exploit. The meat and potatoes are in their first three rows, possessing monstrous attack and defense along with solid HP. Tusk isn't blazing fast, missing out on the all-important base 100 benchmark by 13 points, but still outspeeds a decent chunk of the metagame. Its stats also let it use booster energy in a unique way, buffing its attack in more immediately offensive sets and its defense in bulkier sets. But it gets even better when you look at its move pool, which has almost every fucking tool it could ever want. It can hit fantastic damage with either close combat or headlong rush, and gets coverage against nearly every mon in the game. The star of the show is Ice Spinner, which lets it deal huge damage to Lanaris and Gliscor, both of which wall its stabs completely. Even with all of this, one of its biggest strengths is its supportive options. With access to Stealth Rocks and Rapid Spin, Great Tusk can play on both sides of the hazard game while exerting immense pressure with Knockoff, giving spin blockers like Air Balloon Gholdengo a headache. Keeping all of this in mind, you might expect it to be broken, but it's actually the opposite. In a format populated with absurd attackers like King Gambit, Gholdengo, and Iron Valiant, Great Tusk fits right in and has assumed the role that Landair's Therian has filled for the past few generations. Its splashable nature allows it to fit almost any role a team could need. Most importantly, it's the only thing keeping the aforementioned Gholdengo and King Gambit in check. Outspeeding both, and can pick up Okos without a sweat and either forces a terror or switch. Even air balloon variants aren't comfortable, as King Gambit stays weak to 4 times effective close combat, while Gholdengo has to fear the somewhat common knockoff. Without everyone's favorite elephant around, those fuckers would almost certainly be banned in an instant. Its career in VGC has been rocky, but Great Tusk has seen some success nonetheless. It shined in early formats on Sun teams, rocking a Choice Scarf and throwing off proto-boosted attacks. Joseph Ugarte, who's making his second straight appearance on one of these videos, was the best pilot of this archetype, taking it to a regional championship at Portland and making top 8 at NAIC. Unfortunately, once Reg D came around, it was bounced out of the format completely. Similar to how it took Landorus' top spot in singles, the Abundance Pokemon stole its role in VGC as a ground-type Scarfer. That fairy weakness was just too rough, and Landorus' Intimidate ability gave it use outside of raw damage dealing. The return of Rillaboom, whose grassy terrain weakened Earthquake significantly, was just the nail in the coffin. In conclusion, Great Tusk is one of the most healthy additions in Generation 9. Ever since day 1 it was a top 3 mon and overused, and would soon become a borderline top 5 mon at VGC. Unlike other new introductions though, it stayed balanced due to its strong but not overbearing stat spread and access to a wide range of moves. Thank you so much for watching.